there's a massive shift happening in Amazon Merch right now. And if you don't see it, you're already behind. Okay, so what do I mean by this shift? Well, you may know this tool that's called Midjourney, as you can see right here. And yeah, well, basically the AI design creation all started with Midjourney. And that was late 2022, so it's already over 3 years ago. But Midjourney back then was basically the start of AI design creation. Now let me go a bit into detail. So we got before, yeah, nice handwriting, it was manual workflow. Manual workflow. Yeah, looking good. All right, actually, let's start with the Stone Age. So we got Stone Age, Stone Age. So maybe some dinosaurs remember this age. It was when we had designers in our business. Designers. Here we go. Yeah, so that was basically everything before Midjourney. And for those of you that don't remember this phase, here's a quick explanation. Well, basically, if you run your POD business seriously, you would hire designers from platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, or Online Jobs PH. Then you would mostly do your research on your own and give these research design ideas to your designer. Then your designer loads up Photoshop or Illustrator and creates your designs basically manually with these apps. So that was basically the Stone Age, and that was pre-2022. Then there came the manual workflow, and that's when Midjourney came around. So that was late 2022. 2022. Yeah, here we go. So that was when people started using tools like Midjourney, and tools like Ideogram. Yeah, nice handwriting. Well, it's not that bad. I'm writing with my mouse. Then we got the ChatGPT image function that was called DALL-E. Or it's still called DALL-E. DALL-E with this dash right here. And we also got Flux 1. So that was about that time, Flux 1. So all of this manual workflow was starting in late 2022. And yeah, we didn't have Nano Banana at that time, but we had these tools for the design creation. And of course we had this tool that's called ChatGPT. GPT. Yeah, look at that. So yeah, we would basically use ChatGPT to create our prompts. We could either just write what we want and then ChatGPT creates this prompt and then we put it in our favorite AI generator. Or we could just upload a reference design and basically tell the AI what we want to change. But at that time, we didn't get the exact same style, of course. So now we got, let's write now right here. Now, what do we have now? Now we have basically a semi-automation. Semi-automation. Here we go. So we got this basically 2023 until 2025. And what do I mean by semi-automation? Well, basically we had custom GPTs, or like gems as you call them in Gemini. And we got some bulk features in different tools like in Ideogram, the bulk feature, or specific POD tools like MyDesigns. So we got Ideogram bulk and we got MyDesigns. So these custom GPTs and gems made it really easy to create prompts in bulk. And then we can just put in these prompts in these bulk generators like Ideogram bulk or MyDesigns, for example. But right now there's a big shift. So let's write it right here. Future. Here we go. And future are full pipelines. So let's write it right here. Full pipelines. And we saw the rise of these full pipelines in 2026. And what do I mean by that? Well, now it's possible to create your own custom tools for your business. So you get your own custom tools. And this is achieved by vibe coding. Or to be more specific, agentic coding. Agentic coding. All right, now you can see it. Now I'm pretty sure you have heard of this term vibe coding. It's basically when you use tools like Claude Opus 4.6 or like ChatGPT's Codex to create your own custom apps and tools using just your native language. So you just basically say what you want in English or just in your native language. And then your vibe coding app goes ahead and codes this app for you. Now, agentic coding would be the case if you got OpenClaw, for example, installed. And then OpenClaw uses these coding apps for you. But of course, the creators of traditional POD tools are not sleeping on this. So for example, we got Merge Titans from Curtis. Oh, you can see it. Now you can. So Merge Titans recently got this feature that's called Easy Mode, where you just upload your regular designs. And then the AI of Merge Titans basically takes a look at your designs writes the listings using AI, and then also checks trademarks. And if there are trademarks in the listings, it basically changes out these words, well, basically these trademark terms, so that in the end your listings don't have any trademarks in it. So the full pipeline would be the idea, then you got your design, then we got the listing and the upload. And after the upload, there also come the ads, and you also may want to adjust your prices. So let's write pricing. So this Merge Titans easy mode, for example, solves this part of the puzzle, listing and upload. And of course, trademark check, TM check. That's also really important. But this is basically the start of these full pipelines. So as I'm filming this video, today I got this email from MyDesigns. And it's basically saying that they are starting to implement AI agents. And these agents are programmed to research, create, build, and prepare everything for your upload. So it researches trending products and niches with real market data. It creates these designs because it can generate designs with several different AI image models. Then it writes the listings, and then it prepares everything for the upload, including the TM listing check. And they want to release it in May. So they are already building this pipeline right here. They're expanding it. And what I wanted to say here is that they don't sleep on this vibe coding hype, but they rather implement it so that you can use it. So currently I'm really in a deep dive into vibe coding and agentic coding. And it's totally mind-blowing what's possible right now. But I have to admit, you have to be a bit technical. So if you're not that big of a tech nerd, it could be a bit hard to create your own apps. Now, what does this shift mean? So let's write it right here. Well, the future would be this one person POD agency. Let's call it like that. So it would basically like this. This is you on top. That's you. Here we go. Yeah, that's you. And you are the CEO of your POD company. And of course, it's your company, it's your business. You are the CEO. And since we are not in a brick and mortar business, but basically our complete business is run online on a computer, we can fully use AI for our business. So of course, as a CEO, you got employees, and your employees are AI agents. AI agent 1, AI agent 2, AI agent 3, and so on. And how does it look like? Well, the first AI agent does the research. Then the second agent is your designer. Third agent is your, let's call it editor. And of course, these all work together. And then you got an agent that writes your listings, and a one that checks the trademarks, TM check, and one that does the upload. Oh, you can't see it. There you go, upload. Yeah, and of course you can also go way deeper than that. So you can do your research for trends, events, and evergreens, of course. Yeah, nice. And your designer can use tools like Ideogram and, for example, Nana. So for the editing process, you got your regular pipeline, I would say. Remove the backgrounds, upscale, merge format, compress the files. I think you may know this procedure. Then it writes the listings with an LLM. That's quite straightforward. It also collects the keywords, writes the listings, and then it also does the TM check, USPTO, for example, for the American market. And then you upload. You can also use tools like Flying Upload for this, because I wouldn't really give an agent access to my account, but that's just me. I would just let it prepare the Excel files for Flying Upload. So in this workflow, we mostly got this part right here solved, or like, let's say 80-90% solved. But this part right here, the research, is the part where it gets interesting and where you can use the real power of AI agents. Because with these AI agents, it's possible to go really deep into your research. You can research specific styles that your target audience wants. You can research the emotions that the target audience wants. And your AI agent can actually research phrases that your target audience wants. So I personally see the biggest advantage in the research process for these AI agents. In my opinion, this part right here, starting right here, is becoming more and more trivial. Now let's talk a bit more about private tools. That means vibe-coded tools and tools that you have to pay for. Now here's one big advantage of vibe-coded tools. If you wipe code your own tools for your own workflow and for your own research process, you may have a hidden advantage because only you can use this tool. That's especially the case if it uses a research process that no other tool uses. Now, do I think that tools like MyDesigns or Flying Research or Flying Upload will become obsolete? And my answer to this is no, absolutely not. Because as I said, well, they are mostly not sleeping on this trend. Well, most of us are not coders, but guys like Tom from Flying Upload or Curtis from MyDesigns, they got this coding background. So they will probably use this vibe coding to their advantage. And of course to the advantage to all the users that use these apps. So of course you can code your own apps, but I don't think that it will reach this level. And if you're not that techy, you're gonna have a hard time vibe coding your own apps. Of course you pay for these tools like for MyDesigns or for Flying Research, but if Amazon changes something in the UI, you don't have to fix it by yourself. Well, I am a big fan of both worlds. So I use vibe coding or agentic coding to code my own apps. But I also use these paid tools because I love the functions and reliability. So what do you think? Is the t-shirt business still a t-shirt business? Or is it now a data and automation business? Now here's my prediction. In 2026, the top 1% merch sellers won't be the best artists. They will be the people who manage the best AI agents. Now if you want to see what I've built together with my OpenClaw agent, then check out this video right here.